I love sharing these stories with you. And sometimes, parents, they feel like their hard work goes unnoticed. But what they don't realize is that their children are actually watching, they're learning, and they're being inspired by every move they make. Today, we celebrate an inspiring mom. Alicia wrote into me and nominated her mother, Holly Cornish, as today's My Hero. There's something special about a relationship between a mother and a daughter, but sometimes they've got a little bit more meat to the story. So I'm getting to visit with my friend Alicia for today's My Hero, and you nominated your mother, who has quite a story.
She moved here from Laos to escape the war and communism. So they came here and they went through several refugee camps, but they basically had to come here by a sponsorship and have someone basically look over them and make sure they had the resources that they needed as far as food stamps or some other housing support and things like that.
She's seen a lot. And, to move over here, what was she, 5 years old?
Something like
really
that.
young.
Yeah.
To have to basically start fresh. Her parents navigating new waters. Thank goodness they had a little bit of help and guidance when they did get here. But once she had her other siblings, she helped raise them too.
Yes. I asked some of her sisters, tell me some things about her, growing up, and they were basically saying she was just a great sister, helped raise us because their parents weren't really there very often, and they didn't have any money, and so they would say they just remember sometimes from school, she would just bring leftover food from school just to make sure that they had food to eat. She said she learned to cook when she was very young, 7 or something, so she could take care of her sisters.
She's incredible, and she didn't stop at just a career and everything. A bodybuilder at 50, is that right? Yeah. Tell me, what in this world? She is a go-getter.
She is. She really, really is. So she did her first one, I think, when she was around 40, and she did really great, and she kept trying to do it, but she couldn't quite get it because she wasn't as motivated or dedicated, because it's really hard.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so finally she's like, my goal is 50, I'm gonna compete again. And she did, and she totally transformed her body in 10 months.
To be able to transform, you gotta eat, you gotta do everything. I don't even know what all you have to do.
She eats 6 meals a day, and she works out 3 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
And she still works a full-time job.
Becoming a bodybuilder, that's a full-time job in itself.
She is very dedicated and strong-willed and everything that you would want to be.
She didn't give up at all.
Yeah, she didn't. I don't know how she's done it, because out of everyone, she still has the best, I don't know, just personality and mindset, every day or whatever. She's let's get it, positive vibes, all this stuff. Just a typical, kind of cringy mom, but also, super supportive. Basically just asked her, what drives you, what motivates you, things like that. And she was just saying, my kids motivate me. I always want you guys to know, you can do anything you want to, and I want you guys to see that, your mom, works hard, and she doesn't give up on things, and she just wants to be an inspiration to us, and she definitely has been.
I can understand why you nominated her as a hero, and you can see why she was chosen. I mean, Holly really is a hero.
She's very happy and positive, and you would never know what she's been through. Just seeing how she's come from basically nothing to something with limited resources is amazing, and I always look to her for everything, advice and things like that, and I just look up to her so much, and I just want to make her proud all the time, so everything I do is for her.
A big thank you to Dan Blommel for editing and shooting that, putting that lovely package together, and a huge thank you to Bart Durham Injury Law. They'll be donating $250 to Holly's Choice of Charity, which is Train for Life, is a program with the Special Olympics of Tennessee. Thank you so much to the Durhams for sponsoring My Hero. We are giving this to good stewards to make that money go a long ways. And if you have a hero you'd like to nominate, just write to me at myhero@newschannel5.com.